really good custom EA that I've made myself, and program using my own personal strategy, which I've fine-tuned.
So my name is Leah from the PR department of AudaCity Capital. And at the minute, we're just conducting a few interviews with our traders just to find out a bit more about how they got interested in trading and their trading journey.
Of
So
course.
my first question for you is just to introduce yourself and then explain how you found out about trading and how you got interested in trading.
Right, well, it was years ago. I just started thinking about how it was the 2000 more than anything, and started to realize that maybe the just over broker job, as it's known as, of course, industry, it isn't really what it used to be. And we're on the forefront of moving from the industrial age to the information age at the time in the noughties. Thought to myself, it seems to be like in the 70s, 80s, it is better to be employee. There's lots of businesses needing employees, but now there's too many employees and not enough businesses, not people earning their own money instead of relying on others. So I started looking at alternative ways to get extra money, extra income. I knew that there would be financial security in different income streams, having multiple. So, in effect, not having a normal job, also other things as well. I explored various choices like poker and even, of course, trading is something I'm really into. Originally ran across a person by the last name of Kiyosaki, which many people in the industry have heard about. I won't say his full name recording, but a certain influencer by Kiyosaki, and ended up buying his mentorship for trading. And I learned then a really good option strategy. Forgive me, I've got a little bit of a cold at the moment, so I don't pick up a video.
Oh, no problem.
That's right. And then after being going through the mentorship there and trying options for a while, I just didn't really have the startup capital at that time. I needed 10,000. So then I came across another penny stocks industry influencer by the name of Sykes at the end, which I won't go into the full name again, and you may have heard of. And I got to penny stocks a little bit, started exploring. Nothing really. The reason why is because the reward was just too small. I never really had the capital behind me in order to really make it worthwhile. And then as time goes on, I chose different other routes, and eventually I heard about prop firms. The very fact is that they're able to use their own leverage to assist people who are skilled in trading but just don't have the fundamental cash to make it worthwhile. So as soon as I look at several of them, and I chose AudaCity mainly because of it just seemed the most genuine. There's lots of them there that, for example, they use retail brokers. AudaCity, of course, is using its own, say, a more efficient broker, let's just say, institutional broker. So I chose that, and make you do wonderful challenges. I swear one of them will eventually come out saying you've got to do it all standing on one leg or some nonsense like that. And then in reality, AudaCity was just straight to the point and just we'll give you a job interview. And AudaCity is one of the few who actually has their own physical trading floor, which I really like the idea of as well, instead of just some of these others, which probably just a home address of someone who owns the business. Whereas AudaCity is obviously a real physical water business. So I just love the idea, love the authenticity of AudaCity, and signed up and went from there.
Great, that sounds great. I'm really glad that you're enjoying AudaCity Capital so far. That's great to hear. And a lot of people I interview also do what you do. They go into trading for extra income, and then it goes one way or another, and they find out that it's a great income source and it works for them. So that's great to hear. So I know you said you had a mentorship, but did you have any other education previous regarding trading at all?
No, actually.
Yeah,
Just
so
a lot of self-learn. There's a lot of content out there, but it's more the case of trial error, and see what works, see what doesn't. It's definitely not an overnight thing. It's not for gamblers who just want to get rich in a week. You've got to really just actually have patience, work at it, take very small risks, and try and get maximum reward for the minimal risk possible, and really manage risk primarily.
definitely.
What's the old rule of trading? That is, don't lose money. That's rule number one, isn't it? So
Yeah.
before you make money, it's don't lose money. That's the rule number one.
Yeah.
So try to remember that where possible.
Yeah, I definitely agree with the gambling, get rich in one day thing. It doesn't work. We definitely try to stray away from that and because it doesn't work like that, especially if you
Exactly.
trade. It doesn't work like that. So that's great that you've mentioned that.
Mm.
So my next question is, I ask a lot of people, have they ever
Mhm.
faced any challenges or something, obstacle within their trading that really messed up how you trade, and did you overcome it, or how did you overcome it?
Time. That's the one obstacle on my end. Time. And the emotion side of things, I solemnly believe that the longer you look at an ongoing trade, the more emotions take over. You're just tempting fate. Like, I'm not going to lie, at this moment in time, I'm an algorithmic trader now, and I've got a really good custom EA that I've made myself, and program using my own personal strategy, which I've fine tuned. And it's only went live a few days ago this week. My actual algorithm, based on my strategy, it's my own personal one. You can't buy it on the retail. It's my own personal one, custom one. And the first trade it did, it ended up a 400 pip winner in just one trade. At this moment, that's just the first trade. At this moment in time, the second trade it's done today, it's already on 380 pips today.
That's great.
The last time I checked, just before this interview, I know it's taken an entire week of constant optimization, things like that. At this moment in time today, with a 0.5 lot size, which is just under what in AudaCity requires 0.5 for 15 that I've got. It's last time I checked before this interview, it currently stands at 130 in profit, just in that one trade.
Great.
So far, and it's growing. It's going to hit its target, which is below the resistance line. So below resistance, and when it hits its target, because it's grown now, it was about 2 hours ago. It was on 75. It's expected to make 300 in one trade.
Perfect.
So
that's what I love to hear. It seems like it's working really well for you. That's great.
It's really well designed, but the key thing here is, the reason I'm saying that is at this time that if I was constantly looking at it right now, I'd be there thinking take profit far, but that's the emotions taking over. I can see the resistance line is where clear resistance is on this currency pair, and not looking at the chart, I'm seeing the algorithm, which has been back tested like absolute crazy over 100 hours worth of back testing. I'm just going to keep faith in it, and I've closed it. I'm just letting it be and just letting it run its course. And I think that's a key thing here, why I like algorithmic trading or anything else. Just because the longer you look at charts, the more emotions are thinking, I've got to take profit. So 300 pips, that's amazing. In reality, it's still got some leeway to go before it hits anywhere close to resistance. Perfect. And I like the fluidity, though. I always think to myself as well, you always want to get out just before resistance, because someone else needs to buy it, of course. So take 80 to 90% of the actual growth, and then just take profit before liquidity becomes an issue. So it's just approach as well there, yes. So yeah.
Great, that's very impressive. I'm very happy that you've told me about this. I love hearing this. It's great to hear, and it sounds like you're very, very knowledgeable, and you got that going. So that's great to hear.
It's right now. It's live right now. This trade, and I'm just there thinking, don't look at it. Otherwise, you're going to take profits early, and you're going to miss out a large chunk of it. So just don't look at it. Yeah, it's done really well so far, but it's got a little bit to go. Yeah. So that's something there too. But yeah.
Well, hopefully that goes great for you. So it seems
it is. It's
great. So my next question: you're on the trader program with AudaCity Capital.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know that you said that you're enjoying AudaCity Capital so far, but do you have any other feedback, or how's your trading been on it?
It's been very easy to use AudaCity. I think when I've been interview was definitely worthwhile, to the point, and we get a lot of support. I think the only thing that really is feedback on my end is it's about not trading the news, as in trying to clarify which exact news events, and allowing the traders to keep their eyes on which news events actually interfere, and having alerts in advance and plan ahead for that. That's in the feedback. I'd really, personally, as a trader, I'd really like almost like a weekly announcement on a weekend, just because I spend weekends planning my week ahead when the markets are closed. I'm just knowing in advance at the weekend, these are the news events at certain times in GMT or UK times, which we have to close the trade for the following week. that would be the only feedback, just to help with risk management in that area.
Yeah, definitely.
Saying
Thank
that,
you so much for
optimize
that
that.
feedback, and I will definitely pass it on and try to get something sorted with that. So that's great feedback. Thank you so much for that. So that's great.
That's the only thing, but upon that, it's brilliant. I love
Perfect.
it.
I'm really glad. I'm really glad. That's great to hear. And I think that's everything from me today. Thank you so much for your story. It's been really interesting to hear from you and to hear about your EA as well. So that's great. And thank you so much for this interview. And hopefully in a few weeks or months, we can catch up again and see how you're doing with your account, and also see how your EA is going.
I'd love to do that, because my back testing shows that for the last 3 months, if this EA went live in January, it would have made 10,000 a month on 4 currency pairs in total. It's extremely good, humongous profit factors, and it's taken hours upon hours of to get to that level. That's in theory. The theory from January to now, but theory's never reality. It's 10,000 with a 9% drawdown in total at that figure.
That's great.
My plan is to
keep going like that.
Indeed, fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Take care, Leah.
But thank you so much, and I'll see you in a few weeks. Hopefully the EA keeps going well.
Fingers crossed. I'll keep at it. Hopefully, by then maybe on a 30 or 60k account. Who knows? But take care. Goodbye for now.
Hopefully. I have no doubt you'll be there in no time.
Take care.
Okay. Thanks. See ya.
Thanks. Goodbye.